so I got to get close to the mic. That's what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this microphone is fucking
It's
super,
awesome.
super sensitive. Yeah, so it pick up mostly everything except for like, it close out outside noise, but right now it's like, hey, go on with it. What you talking about? 10 times 10?
So yeah, what's going on with the world nowadays, huh? How about that? Yeah.
Chicks is going wild.
Yeah, chicks are going stupid.
Chicks is running crazy, man.
Check that one chick out. That's the girl that looks like an alligator. The girl that was on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
Treasure.
We're gonna
Treasure.
I ain't talking about Treasure. That's
Treasure,
her
that's her
name.
name?
That's her
Yeah,
real
her
name.
name Treasure.
God-given name.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to get some treasure on her teeth. I was actually
You can't. Nah, how old is she? She's 15. It's a child. Think about what your brain was like.
Yeah,
when
she's
you were
like
15.
16 to 17.
But then Dion got the hot take on that.
Yeah.
Just letting me know something.
Yeah, that Shorty ain't Shorty was lying. Shorty pro-black. Shorty out here lying to y'all. Y'all don't believe in that. Go check on that Facebook.
and she a hustler on top of that. Look, you trying to wheel people in so you get as much followers, subscribers. You know how the game go nowadays.
Yeah, I don't fall for the okie
Drop
doke.
that like.
I mean, what they say, good publicity, any publicity, good publicity, bad publicity.
is good.
It's all the same.
You get your 15 seconds of fame. Now it's an actual window of 15 seconds. That's all you get.
Yeah.
That's why
15
Instagram invented
minutes.
boomerang. Ha!
Boomerang.
Give you a loop.
Coming back. It is coming back to you.
So no, I mean, I think it's just basically like the propaganda. Like, there's been a lot of conversations. I've seen like a lot of like podcasts have been talking about this. You don't need talent for fame anymore.
Nope.
You know, because everything's digitalized and computerized. Even when it's live, sometimes you don't even understand that it's going on. But it's the reason why certain artists wear certain jackets and shit like that. I mean, the show is behind the scene, and these motherfuckers, you know, they all becoming puppets at the end of the day.
Sheep. Sleep sheep is what I call
I
them.
mean, everybody says the same thing. You know, all Instagram is everybody's best photos, everybody's best. Nobody puts on like a.
I do. I put all rugged photos up.
For that day, you can just shut it off.
Shit, shit. Like, if you want to see me at my rocks content, you know, I look better in person anyway.
Oh, Lord, get the shit off.
That boy did sound better in person anyway.
That's not getting this the air apostle, his fashion over pics. With no clothes on.
You know, I do my third dizzle, you know, when I'm out there laying pipe. No pun
Oh,
intended.
there you go. Hey, sing it there.
And he said, no pun intended with a pipe long-winded. I don't know.
Make sure we get a lot of crowd cheer stuff in there.
Yeah, we're going to put some crowd cheers. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is at this though, you think like what this young girl is doing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she'll regret it when she gets older. But at the same time, people are always gonna type in, they're gonna be like, whatever happened to that one girl? Like, catch me outside girl. This girl's making millions.
She's rich as hell.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, she's actually smart though. She ain't dumb. I give it to her. She's smart.
As in?
You know?
What do you mean?
She knows how to. She's been investing her money ever since she's been on that Dr. Phil show. So she knows how to invest her money and make it quadruple. She's smart. You know what I'm saying? I'll give her that. But to me, I think that's propaganda too. It's all a act.
I think that's all product. It's all manufactured. It's
Yeah,
all
I think somebody
manufactured.
told her, hey, this is how, just like that one, the little Chinese girl, the little T Lee, whatever her name, T Lee.
Oh, Lil Tay.
Lil Tay.
Oh, she's done now.
I like Lil Tay, man.
Yeah, she got exposed and dethroned.
I did,
But
no.
That's what happened when you. That's what happened. I don't feel sorry for him.
I liked her more when I saw the truth, though. You get what I'm saying? When I saw it, I was like, okay, she's a real little girl.
Yeah.
She's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I saw the character.
That's quote unquote cool. But your little ass should know that you
Should've
shouldn't be
known
out
that.
here
But it was her
appropriating
brother.
people. Yeah, your brother should know he shouldn't have been out here appropriating people culture. And Chinese people, some Asian people think it's all good until they run into some actual black people. They be like, yo, wait.
I don't know. I feel like Bruce Lee gave him a pass.
I don't think so.
No, Bruce ain't getting no pass. Bruce was down with the cause.
Or whatever lead. No, ain't nobody gets. No, that's crazy, man. But I mean, it's like the society today. I don't know. It's like the intelligence of media or a source of entertainment went down. People rather see stupid ass little excuse me what I'm about to say, because it is what it is. It's stupid ass little girls on TV talking about touchdown outside. How about that? And alligator mouth talking about.
You stop calling that alligator mouth.
I'm better than black people, but you blacker than Tootsie Roll on the first Sunday morning.
That is for real. There was no like hint. There was no like shade of any. Like to me, she was like. I mean, I don't hate. You know, you gotta call a spade a spade. But she looked 100% black to me.
So she was.
I don't see that delusional. You know what I'm saying?
She's what you call transracial. She believes that she's a one race
Is that a
something
thing?
and then yeah. Yeah,
Now,
one,
can that be a thing? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. People identify as transracial.
I thought that was young.
Transgender.
Young NBA. What's his name? The nigga with the little craters in his damn forehead. What's his name? Young NBA.
You know, sad as yeah, I know him from the herpes thing.
Yeah, and freaking.
No, I mean, bro makes good music. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
No, he got herpes. That came out.
Oh shit.
You ain't know that.
Dang. That thing goes when you on it like that. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, you better strap up, young fellas out there. Everything that look good ain't good.
Dang.
Any advice you got to give about that game?
I just did.
That's it.
Strap up.
Strap up, man.
You have a tall tale to tell.
Get your strap.
Who, me?
Is this how you got your first board?
My first porn. I remember when I did my first porn. It was.
That's when I did my first board.
Yeah.
No, I was just fucking. I never been on no damn screen talking about this, that, and the third. No, never happened. I mean, back in the day, we didn't get exposed to. Oh, I did. Hold on. You did in PS3 era? Did I ever get that slaughtered to where? No, actually, it didn't
Never
happen.
got the scare.
No. I remember one time you put a damn video of me fucking trying to eat a goddamn hot dog while I was fucked up. Yeah, that was kind of gay, but
Hey, that's content.
I mean, we should have had the podcast rolling then, 'cause that should have been hilarious. But no, I never been in a situation like that. I mean, but when I was younger, we ain't have the media like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. The media was nigga outside, and you know the ladies who was at the park or whatever house it was. There's always that type of social media or high school or after school program somewhere where motherfucking community kids could actually, even in the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, that was our source of media or source of entertainment.
Media was
Well, it wasn't media. It's just honestly the way that we carried information
Yeah, we transported information.
to each other.
But a lot
It's
of
the same thing.
a lot
Now
of
we do it over the
information.
I
phone.
mean, but see, now it's getting.
Bro, how would you really feel if you literally did have 2,000, like you have 2,000 followers, or how many subscribers you got? Shout out to the 500 subscribers. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. But let's say, thank you. Yeah, good job, guys. Now let's say though that we actually did have over 500 friends that actually fuck with us. I mean, as blessing that would be, you know how annoying that would be at the same time to do with 500 people at the same time in real time.
I mean, it wouldn't because you're the controller of the content.
At the same, now you can't filter through like social media and just say 500 people at that calling you, seeing you, linking you.
I mean,
How'd you see?
I mean, I've been there before. You know,
Same time, yeah, that's a lot.
I mean,
That's
don't
actually
get me
some
wrong.
celebrity shit that I think about. Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
But you know, if you do the history on the one they call Gabe Crank, you know what I'm saying?
It is nigga.
I started my regiment back in 1996. I had a group. It's called the Gutter Boys. One of them got signed to Pro Style. My other homeboy Mick, we just stopped doing music. But as far as neighborhood, man, listen, on my Facebook, my old one, I had over damn near 10,000 followers on there. But I let that shit go because it's not. It wouldn't back then. You wouldn't get paid for having followers. I mean, it was surreal. Now you get paid for this, get paid for that, and you know, you get kids. You only got time for that shit. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I did relate. I can relate when I worked downtown and I was in that club promotion shit.
Yeah.
Shout out downtown Orlando, bro. I had my old Facebook. Lexington and Ollie had like over 1,000, well over. And to me, it was almost tedious because I actually knew these people to friend request them or heard about them downtown. You understand? To invite them to the things I was doing. And that's what I'm saying. It just really got tedious to the fact where I was like, I really don't even fuck with 1,000 people like that.
Why would you?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
That's scary. Like for real.
There's a lot of people to know. I got like.
truth.
three
The
off-
game just said he's like, that's scary for real.
Then
I
you gotta,
think- I
then you
think
gotta
they're
watch
active
out
most
your back.
of
I
them, too.
mean, it been to, even though we didn't reach the masses, even though we reached the masses here in Florida, bro, I had to be careful with what I was doing.
So here's like, okay, now we're getting juicy now. So here's something we can all agree with now. Here's something that we can draw and separate now. Apparently, to gain some type of notoriety or fame, you really got to sell a piece of yourself. Because something I've heard all of y'all just speak just now is saying you weren't going to go that route. Like, Gabe, I just heard you pretty much say, I didn't want to put myself out there at certain points. I mean, you don't say certain things or put it out. Now you got that intelligence for social media where you're like, I'm not going to put shit out where I'm going to look ignorant or... Well, sometimes you do. I do see your shit and I'm like, bro, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I mean, but that's my own personal page. That's what I could do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's different because it's different when I'm gonna restart the business again, and I'm not gonna be into the entertainment and per se, like, oh, I'm gonna put an artist out there. No, I'm just gonna provide instrumentals, productions to, you know, to whoever the fuck. Even I don't give a fuck if it's Channel 13 News. If they want to buy some beats, that's what I'm gonna do. But it's gonna be a brand. It's not gonna be my face behind it. It's just gonna be a brand to where.
It's going to be a brand, you guys. Like,
I don't want to hurt the business because the shit that I do shouldn't be pertaining to my business. But sometimes when you involve your actual face into your business, it actually can give a downfall if you don't hold yourself up to par.
no, yeah, basically what he was saying was if you don't play the part, if you act the part and you don't play the part when people see you, they're not gonna believe you, so your brand gonna go down. So whatever you done did or doing, you basically got to keep your name and yourself out there rotating like that. Hopefully you do it in a positive way, but you know, it's a lot of people out here in this world like to do it in a different way. So, you know.
But yeah, I mean, but it's sad how we go back into what we said when we started in the beginning about these young girls doing that shit.
But that's how we dug into what we just talked about. When we just now, you were like, well, I'll be damned if you catch me out here doing this shit. Or like, look at shout out Brittany Renner, putting another Superhead book out.
That's great. That's another Kareem Stephanie. That's another Pinky. You know
Pinky, shout out to Pinky.
Pinky.
You don't remember Pinky?
Yeah, I remember.
You can see Pornhub, bro. Come on. What is yours, Pornhub or X videos?
I have neither. I have freaking.
Stop playing. Look.
Paw Patrol, and YouTube.
Oh, I got you.
My kids take the damn phone. What that look like? Especially my son. This is go do
Yeah.
Check the
Yeah. Straight in the mix, like. Ooh.
So you never got to see like Raw Black to any of that shit?
I mean, I have seen porn a whole bunch of times, yeah, but
no, this new clip, this new collection.
You gotta tell me about it.
Oh, it's called Raw Collect. Yeah, you can see it on any one.
All right. Yeah. It's called what?
Yeah, what do you
see? That's what we ended at, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next segment.
Hold on, wait a second.
Now let's move on to other business.
Yeah, we back. So, topic number 2 is of the end of Lit Season Part 2. I just wanted to address the situation with the guy in Kentucky who shot the black people and said he shot and killed 2 black people, but come to find out he shot another black person in the back, but she ended up surviving. But he still shot her too. And it was a white dude that was down there, and he thought he was gonna kill him, but he went up to him and told him that whites don't kill whites. And, you know, he went on to kill the other 2 people, you know what I mean? The elderly.
Kentucky?
Yeah, the guy in Kentucky. And they was deliberating if they was gonna charge him with a hate crime or not. The reason I say yes is because of the statement that he made to the other white dude. Whites don't kill whites. He knew the intentions, he knew what he was doing, and he knew it was racially motivated. So I think, in my eyes, that any jury that see that, it should be a hands down and that was a hate crime. Now, it would have been, basically, his lawyer could have said it was a chance or a coincidence that when he started shooting, it just happened to be 2 black people and he just happened to be white. But the simple
Gregory Bush.
Yeah, Gregory Bush. The simple fact that he stated that whites don't kill whites, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was aiming for. He was aiming for blacks and Latinos. He already had tried to get into a black church And for some reason, they had an inkling not to let him in. So they didn't let him in the church, which was a good thing. Cause
You have smoked yourself.
It was at a
retarded.
Kroger's.
yeah, but before that, he tried to get into a church. And since they wouldn't let him to the church, he just went to the Kroger's and just seen random black people and started shooting. You know? So, to me, that whole act justifies a hate crime. That right there, that's black and white. No pun intended, but it's laid out, formatted, black and white. Because it wouldn't have been considered a hate crime if he wouldn't have told the other white dude, whites don't kill whites. But he said whites don't kill whites. That made it a hate crime. You know what I mean? It wasn't just coincidental that he killed 2 other black people and said whites don't kill whites. Now, if he'd have said whites don't kill whites and then came out there and it was a Latino person or Asian person and he killed them, cool. And still, actually, no,
Cool.
that's not cool. No, that's
I'm sorry
not
to
cool.
laugh. I mean, like that would have been cool though.
No, that would have been cool. But I'm saying it would have been considered a hate crime. If
So
he
does it
shot a
make you
white
more,
dude.
okay, my thing is that does it make you more upset that it was just only 2 blacks that you wish, not you wish, but then you were like, there was
No,
more
no, no.
respect from?
No, I feel sorry for people that got killed, and I wish they wouldn't have got killed. But
I mean, anybody that gets killed, come on.
Yeah, the reason it was 2 the black people just compounded the whole simple fact that would keep going on in America anyway. But I wasn't mad because it was 2 black people. I was mad because he said that statement, and which made it painfully obvious that he was aiming for people of color. You know, that's what made me mad, that he said whites don't kill whites. Not the statement, but he basically was saying, I'm gonna spare your life, but their life, they not important because they not white. You know, which is basically the whole thing that we keep telling the racist people nowadays, like, y'all don't consider us people. You don't consider us human beings. You consider us like abominations just walking around, and you feel it's your duty to control and exterminate us like we
D, can I ask you
are your
something?
thing. Yeah.
In Kalamazoo, shout out to the zoo. Whatever.
Shout out to the zoo. Zoo town.
All right, before I get into you, real quick. In Jersey, I'm from Newark, Irvington. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Now,
Sure.
it's diverse, but I never, look at me, you can see I got straight hair and everything, but I was never considered a white at all. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I was called a bunch of different races and people couldn't figure me out. I'm Indian, I'm Guyanese, so it happens. But I was never considered the majority. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Always a minority.
And I can actually feel where you're coming from. And I didn't feel, honestly, the full blow of socialism. What I mean socialism is a class of people. I don't want to call it racism. I call it socialism, like a class of people feeling one way towards somebody. But I hate to say it, also being raised as a Muslim. When 9/11 happened.
Culturally not. Then they culturally.
Yeah, bro.
Then it culturally
I
affected
started
you.
switching. Things started happening. We started
Yeah.
getting... Oh, we were getting good, man.
No, we still there.
Oh,
We still on.
sorry, y'all.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all.
Like trouble.
Only thing it's gonna do is just basically pause, but we still on. Let me see. Let me check. Yep, we still on 5 minutes into it. All right, sorry about that, y'all. We was talking good. I knocked over the microphone. You know what I'm saying? Unplugged it a little bit, but we plugged it back up. But yeah, what we was talking about was in the zoo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Zoo. It's diversified enough to where it's a lot of everybody mess with everybody. But when it comes to basically the policing system, they somewhat tainted. And when it comes to the mayors and all that, we had a lot of mayors that just shitted on the whole state of Michigan anyway. And we got caught in the aftermath because we are like the in-between city. So we got caught in the aftermath. But it was diverse enough for you to know who was who. What? We do have it's a stronger amount of people up there now that turn. That's why Michigan went from a blue state to a red state, because they voted for fucking Trump this year. And the reason they went to a red state is because,
A lot of bloods, man.
yeah, everybody forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody forgot about us up there in the state of Michigan. So people listen to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump sound like somebody from around the way that we know. Like, okay, we could believe in this cat, and he'll do something. Now he's screwing everything over, and they're like, oh, well, guess we can't. So the only reason I was so passionate about it, because it's one, it's redundant. It's It's happening like every other week now. Black people getting killed because they breathing, which is the dumbest crap in the world to me. But sometimes you gotta eat that because you gotta eat it, especially as a black male. You just gotta eat that shit up sometime and keep rolling. As long as I can stay out the way of these people, to where I don't become a statistic or one of these posters, I'm all to the good. That's why I stay in the crib. That's why when it's a major event, I make sure if I'm gonna go to it, I make sure I'm there until the best part of it, and I'm gone.
Yeah,
You know?
I do the same thing. I keep a journal, bro. I write that shit down. I record it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it for the content. And I'm like, all right, cool. I don't get involved in the messy.
Nope, because you know I have
crowd
to show.
jump.
No, because people got different viewpoints of what fun is. People got different viewpoints of what they can and can't do to you.
I mean, if you want to pass to the left, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
Want to take a shot? We can do that.
that's cool and all.
We ain't running up. We ain't.
Yeah, like that to me. So my whole thing about that was just like, people of color, look out for y'all. Watch out. There's an agenda out here. It's a nice little agenda out here. People is aiming at us and trying to pick us off because it's a lot of us.
I mean, I hate to over-target it, though. Like, as we were talking about, this one guy, he targeted... Okay, I hate to put the first thing we're talking about in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, and this is just my own fucked up head putting it all together, all right? Look at this girl like Treasure. You get what I'm saying? The girl who thought she was white. Claim, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Let's say she was walking through Detroit, and this white dude came. You think if she ran up and said, what did he say?
Whites don't kill whites.
What if she said that to him? What do you think would happen next? What would be the next 5 seconds after that?
She would probably have got shot.
I'm sorry to laugh, but it's the
she-
truth.
yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What I'm telling you, I'm like, but
That's
bro,
the honest to God truth. Yeah, she did been like, whites don't kill whites, and he's been like, you not white. Boom.
Isn't that like, that's what I'm saying, where you can see one end and you get mad at one thing, or she's saying that, or ignorance, or whatever. And then he does this other end where it's still black and white. I hate to, like what you just said. It's that flat out. There's no gray.
Nope. Yep, it's a line. It's no line in between. It's one side of the line.
But then you got
black.
this girl, this black girl, calling her own line.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if she called her own line, because on the other line, you're still not on our line.
Yeah. You're not part of our line. So that's why when
I mean, this kind of goes out to all the delusional people who believe. I mean, we'll talk about the trans,
transracial.
racial.
Yeah, all the
That's the
transracial
thing, I
folks,
guess.
like transgender people, I don't mind that theory. Y'all say what y'all say, but when you come to transracial,
That's a commitment.
yeah. Any race that don't like their own race and think that a race that say they inferior and they're superior, that's a twisted state of logic to me. I don't get it.
Let me tell you something. When I'm in New York, I'm Puerto Rican for some reason, and in Jersey. When I go to Miami to visit my other stepmom, I'm Cuban. I don't get it. When I went to Texas, I was Mexican. And then when I went to Cali, I was Island Pacific. You know that
Island Pacific.
yeah, the Southern Cali, the SoCo people, like not the SoCo people, you know. But that's what I'm showing you, man. Like I look like, well, y'all have seen me. I look like a crazy blend. I've been called Jim Jones. I've been called J.R. Smith. You get what I'm saying? It all depends on the day and how hard the sun hit me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you really can't... There's people who will judge a book by its cover, and there's some people who are trying to change their story, but it don't really matter, bro, because they're still going to judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. They don't care what the chapter read.
You can keep saying all you are, what's inside. You could be 25% this and 18% that and 3% Cherokee. No.
Yeah, you black.
What is the 10? What is that? What am I looking at the page of this?
You're not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna shoot 2/3 of you because 2/3 of you is black, and we're gonna save the 5/5 of you that's white. No, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you black, you look black. Boom.
You think a racist is really gonna take the time out to ask me my ancestry.com before he insults me?
Exactly.
You think that's gonna happen?
Exactly.
You think a racist is gonna sit down with you, sit with a cup of tea, and ask you, so what was your life growing up?
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, and then ask you, you know what? That's why your Cherokee grandmother bit.
Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why, yeah.
No, that doesn't happen.
So your grandmother's Blackfoot
Blackfoot Indian ass. And
Well,
I ain't
this-
even mad at the black you.
Yeah, I ain't even mad at the black part of you. I just don't like the black foot part of you. You like, that's stupid. Because it makes me. So you dislike all of me.
And you 2% German? Nah, bro.
Yep, no, we don't like that part. Like the Jewish part, you know what I'm saying? And Jewish people too, they get a nasty rap.
Yeah,
They get a real nasty rap as well, because they are considered the evil rulers of the world. And I guess black people is their best friends, because we considered the evil rulers of the world too for some reason, and we ain't got no type of power except for in Africa, but they trying to take that too. Well, they can't, because Africans ain't playing that. But you get what I'm saying. This is not a racial thing.
No, they know how to run that country.
Yeah, it's not a racial thing. It's just a couple of facts, stuff I just looked at. Plus, I really wanted to address the simple fact that man killing those black people and shouting out that was the reason that he was doing it, just kind of hit me the wrong way. So it's nothing racial. I love all my people, especially my mixed nieces and nephews and cousins and everything. But the evil people, no matter what color you is, evil don't have no color, evil don't got no gender, and evil got one agenda, and that's just to destroy everything that it think is any way, shape, or form decent. So that's my take on that. And
You know what? I think you created a new degenerate term. I want to call it blind racism. Is that a thing yet?
No, but it can. We're going to make that a thing now. Blind racism.
That means you don't see what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about the percentage of what you are. You just see it for what you see it for.
Yep.
Which means you're not really seeing it.
It's like when you take off in a blind rage and you do something in a blind rage, and they say it's a blind rage because you don't know what you're doing and you can't really see what you're doing.
It's not really even justified.
Yeah, something that's not justified. You know, you're basically killing somebody over what color they is. You can't, like, this wasn't no Wheel of Fortune type thing. We didn't go to a board and was like, you know what, I want to be black and problematic. You know what I'm saying? Send me on Earth being black and problematic.
There is something that did happen down here that I really kind of got into, and that was the Pulse thing. Which was a very sad event. Were you here for it?
Yeah, yes I was. That was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like 3.
I lived a couple blocks down the road from there when it happened. I really thought that people were just wilding. The night when it happened, I thought like there was a lot of drunk drivers because it happened after 2 o'clock. So I'm thinking it's just like the same downtown bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's just wilding out on the road, and then we see the helicopters and everything, and then that shit happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, guy calls out and says that he's doing this for the Islamic religion. Turns out he wasn't doing that for the Islamic religion at all.
Yeah, he was doing it because
He was ashamed the fact that hide the fact that
he was bisexual.
homeboy liked to get loose.
Mm-hmm.
So he used things as a wall.
Yeah.
That's blind racism right there.
Yeah, blaming everybody else and their color on.
But
your
even it was
mistakes.
I feel like he was doing it. He wasn't really kind of that Muslim. You get what I'm saying? Even though he said he was.
Yeah.
It was his way to get out of it. But it was his rage, the fact that he wasn't accepted in it.
Yeah, and he basically made a statement by taking people's lives, which didn't have nothing to do with that, because then most of them people that was in that club didn't have nothing to do with that.
And that was a mixed crew.
Yeah, it was girls in there. It was girls that he killed. It was dudes.
Guys too.
And
But I'm just saying, even that, it was a he didn't just go for all blacks or all
he killed
whites.
himself too, didn't he? Or did he get
I
caught?
think he got killed. He's dead.
Yeah, he killed himself.
I think so.
He blew his
And that's a
own head.
coward's way.
Yeah, that's what the way is now.
You know what the good part about it? Oh, bless you.
Bless me out. Yeah.
You know what the cool thing about that? And I hate to say it, it's almost a morbid positive about this, is that you idiots do this all the time, right? All the time. Now, you get it? Like, that was also the Pittsburgh thing. Remember that happened?
Yeah.
Where they shot up another church. And that was a white church. Yeah.
So a synagogue and killed
Jewish
people. That's what I was mentioning too. Yeah. The same thing. All Jews must die. Hate
So,
crime.
I mean, with that being said, they're just trying to top each other. But I think, honestly, in my day, I hate to sound so old. Stop. We didn't have too many killers like that. We had Dahmer, we had Manson, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
We had a few.
we get 3 every week.
Yeah.
Bro, we can't keep up with y'all. There's no way you're going to be known as like, I know what you're thinking you're going to do, But it's not like that anymore, man.
So, too many of y'all doing it. So
I mean,
everybody just gonna be like, you just killed a lot of people for no reason.
For no reason. Because you're not that crazy.
No. You just let somebody mentally mind manipulate you, and now you going around playing. They puppet. You're their puppet. It's crazy, y'all.
Yeah, you're doing the actions of somebody else.
Yep.
Damn.
That's tough.
It's a slippery slope, man.
Slippery slope. That's a plug too, y'all. Y'all go watch them other shows, man. This is the wind up to season 2. You fuckers better get right and go watch that, man. Nah, we love y'all. So y'all better go watch season 1. We rotating on season.
You know what I like doing in my spare time, Dion? I mean, let's say YouTube got this thing now where you can watch a show. Like, you go listen to Degenerate Gents, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can backtrack and go through other things. What I like doing sometimes is I just like going through my past episodes that I may have slipped through. And just listening to, reviewing it, enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? That's why we keep it on there. We don't erase it. We don't delete it.
Nope.
And I mean, if you forget to like it, you can see if you did it or not, and guess what? You can like it.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I mean, nothing wrong. I mean, I like my shit.
All of it. I do it all.
So we love y'all shit, so.
Yes. So, once again, y'all, this is end of lit season, part 2. You know what I'm saying? This has been your boy, Mr. I ain't gonna be doing all that. We ain't got 1,000 AKs like my man's do thesis in Miro. I don't think we ever gonna have that. I just got 1 or 2 AKs.
We can't really do that because everybody be like, oh, they on that shit. Oh, we on that shit.
They copying. Like, nah, man, we special out here, man. But y'all go watch the other half. We gonna link the other half, part 1. We gonna link that in there. We decided to, split it up like we told y'all we was gonna do. So we decided to get y'all 2 halves of the whole. You know what I'm saying? So this is part 2. Once again, Degenerate Gents. End of lit season. And with that being said, you know how we do.
Hey, I can't get my shit off.
Oh no. We setting it up.
I'm just saying.
We ain't gonna leave me hanging and dangling like that. We gonna get them right.
Oh man. All right. Name's Theo Badass, you guys, aka Denali77 on Instagram or Theo Badass on Snapchat.
Y'all already know who it is, D Witty, but y'all get at me at Top Dot Man on all them other ones. Facebook, Young Witty, Top Dot, all that other stuff. Y'all know what it is.
Just want to say we love you guys, man. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna walk out, drop the mic, you guys.
Drop the mic.
Been lovely.
Degenerate Gents, y'all know what it is, man. Stop playing.
It's tough leaving this show because it has been a hit from day one.
Degenerate Gents, we back, baby.
This is Dion's intro. We're just gonna let him run with that. Chrissy, anything you want to say?
Cello.
Oh shit, Jello. Tonight, folks, we're gonna be in a rare form. We just want to let you guys know that tonight we are working for y'all. We are going to entertain y'all. We're going to give you some fuckery, some enlightenment, some entertainment. And I'm probably going to get somebody pregnant later on, so we're going to figure this out.
Oh my God.
Working.
All right, Degenerate Jets, ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go.
No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that.
Sound check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
Sound check. Sound check.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode of the Degenerate Gents podcast.
You know it.
So, you guys, as we're all talking here right now, we're figuring things out. We were actually figuring out who we're giving the Art of the Fuckboy this week, the award. And I guess not my vote. I mean, I heard the interview, but I was kind of biased about certain things. I guess we're going to, this may go to Kanye. We're not giving Kanye the award. It's actually a question. Do we give Kanye the award?
Yes.
Yep.